Every Sunday, my husband visited his mother's grave, until I saw her in the grocery store alive and holding his hand. On today's episode of The Wander's Tales, we dive where quiet courage prevails. Hidden truths and hearts so bold, stories of fear left untold. If this calls to you, don't delay, subscribe, tap the bell, and stay with us. Thank you. The humidity in Lagos during the rainy season didn't just sit on the skin. It lived there, a heavy, suffocating blanket that turned the simple act of breathing into a chore. Every Sunday, like clockwork, Obinna would dress in a crisp, white linen shirt that seemed to defy the sweltering Lagos heat, his face settling into a mask of solemnity that Zainab had come to associate with the sacred. He would spend exactly 20 minutes in the garden, cutting the most pristine white lilies from the bushes he tended with an almost religious fervor, before heading to the Ikoyi cemetery. For 5 years, this had been their rhythm, a domestic liturgy of grief that Zainab respected with a quiet, distant reverence. She would watch from the balcony of their Lekki penthouse as his silver SUV glided through the iron gates, heading toward the place where his mother, Mama Efua, supposedly rested beneath a slab of polished granite. To Zainab, this ritual was the ultimate proof of Obinna's depth, a sign that the man she married possessed a soul capable of enduring loyalty, even unto the grave. She would spend those Sunday afternoons alone, the silence of the house amplified by the absence of his steady presence, convinced that she was the wife of a man who cherished history above all else. She never questioned the dirt on his shoes or the way he smelled of expensive tobacco and jasmine when he returned, never once doubting that the scent of the cemetery was anything other than the fragrance of a son's eternal devotion to a matriarch taken too soon. The silence of their home was architectural, built into the very walls of the minimalist, open-plan space that Obinna had designed himself. As a structural engineer, he dealt in loads and balances in the unseen forces that kept the ceiling from collapsing, and Zainab often felt that their marriage was his most successful project, perfectly balanced, aesthetically pleasing, and remarkably sturdy. On this particular Sunday, however, the air felt different, charged with a static that made the fine hairs on her arms stand up. As she watched the SUV disappear into the hazy horizon of the Lekki Expressway, she felt a sudden, inexplicable urge to leave the sanctuary of their glass-walled fortress. The house, usually a haven, felt like a vacuum, sucking the oxygen out of her lungs. She told herself she needed groceries, artisan bread, the specific brand